Hitlin, you don't get to refuse me. This contract is your only way out. I'd rather suffer than belong to you. A Lagos billionaire, a homeless girl, one forced decision that changes everything. Adrian, I gave you a future. No, you tried to buy my life. Vanessa, he doesn't love, he owns. Amara, determined that I'll be the one thing he can't control. She was nothing in his world until she became his biggest mistake. You soft but powerful. You thought I was weak, but you just created your downfall. Betrayal, power, revenge. This is a story you won't forget. What would you if you were in her position? Like this video, share with friends who love intense drama, comment your favorite line or moment. Subscribe for more powerful Lagos stories. Sit back, watch, and let the drama unfold. Lagos never stays quiet for long, not even after a storm. 3 weeks had passed since Adrian Cole's empire collapsed, but something felt wrong. Too quiet. Too easy. The new life. Amara stood by the glass window of a high-rise apartment overlooking Lagos. Not the streets anymore, not the bridge, not hunger. She now lived above it all, dressed in elegance, walking in power, speaking with confidence. But peace hadn't come. Vanessa walked in holding her phone. You're trending again, she said. Amara, me guess. The girl who brought down a billionaire? Vanessa smirked, something like that. She paused. But that's not the problem, Amara turned. What is it? Vanessa's expression changed. He's not gone. Silence. Amara's chest tightened slightly. Adrian? Vanessa nodded. No bank activity, no travel records, no sightings. A pause. That's not normal. Amara's eyes darkened. No, it wasn't. The first sign that night, Amara couldn't sleep. Again. But this time it wasn't fear. It was instinct. She walked to the kitchen, poured water, and froze. The glass slipped from her hand, shattered. On the counter, a note. She hadn't placed it there. Her hands trembled as she picked it up. 3 words, written clean, precise, cold. You forgot me. Her heart dropped, the return of a ghost. The next morning, security was doubled. Vanessa was furious. This means he was here, she said. In your house. Amara stayed calm, too calm. He's not hiding, she said quietly. Vanessa frowned. What do you mean? Amara looked at the note again. He's hunting. Adrian's side of the story. Somewhere far from the city, in a dimly lit room, Adrian Cole sat in silence, not broken, not defeated, just quiet. A man stood in front of him. 1 word, the man said, and everything can start again. Adrian's eyes lifted slowly, cold, sharper than before. I built an empire once, he said. A pause. I can build another. The man hesitated. And the girl? Silence. Then Adrian smiled. Not warm, this not kind. Dangerous. She didn't just betray me. A pause. She challenged me. His fingers tapped slowly on the table, and I never ignore a challenge. The game changes. Back in Lagos, Amara sat across from Vanessa. He won't come for us directly, Amara said. Vanessa crossed her arms. Why? Because that's too easy. A pause. He wants us to feel it. Right then, Vanessa's phone rang. She picked up. Her face changed instantly. What? Amara stood up. What happened? Vanessa lowered the phone slowly. One of the journalists who helped leak the story. A pause. He's missing. Silence filled the room. Heavy, dark, real. Amara closed her eyes briefly. He's starting. Fear returns, but different. That night, Amara stood alone again, but this time, she wasn't the girl under the bridge. She wasn't the victim in the contract. She wasn't even the woman who destroyed an empire. She was something else now, someone who understood the game and the cost. You should have stayed gone, she whispered. Her reflection stared back at her, stronger, sharper. Ready. The message. Another message came. This time, not hidden, not quiet, a video sent directly to her phone. She hesitated, then pressed play. Adrian appeared on the screen, alive, untouched, his voice calm, controlled. You took everything from me, he said. A pause, but you made one mistake. His eyes locked into the camera. You let me live. Amara's grip tightened on the phone. This isn't over, he continued. It's just beginning. The video ended. Silence. The final realization, Vanessa stepped closer. This is bad, she said quietly. Amara nodded slowly. Yes. A pause, but not for us. Vanessa looked at her, confused. Amara's lips curved slightly, cold, strategic. She turned toward the window, looking at the city. I know exactly how he thinks. Her eyes hardened, and this time, a long pause. I won't just survive him. The war begins again. I'll finish him, to be continued. Next part will bring Adrian's new hidden empire. A deeper, darker past revealed. A major character death, unexpected. Amara's most dangerous plan yet. and a twist that changes everything again. All right, now we go deeper. This is where everything becomes more dangerous, more emotional, and far more personal, because Adrian is no longer fighting for power. He's fighting for control. And Amara, she's no longer reacting. She's hunting too. Part 8, The Empire in the Shadows. Lagos was alive again. Traffic, noise, power. But beneath all of it, something darker was moving, something unseen, something rebuilding. The silence before the storm. Amara stood in a quiet office overlooking the city. Not Adrian's office. Not yet, but close enough to power. Files spread across the table. Names, accounts, connections. Every piece of Adrian's old empire she could trace. Vanessa leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "You're not sleeping again," she said. Amara didn't look up. "Sleep is for people who aren't being hunted." Vanessa sighed. "You're becoming like him." That made Amara pause. Slowly, she lifted her eyes. "No," she said quietly. "I'm becoming what he created." Silence. A pattern emerges. Amara pointed at the board. "Look at this." Vanessa stepped closer. 3 missing people, Amara continued. The journalist, 1 accountant, and a former business partner. Vanessa's eyes narrowed. All connected to Adrian. Amara nodded, but not publicly. A pause. They all knew something. Vanessa's voice dropped. "So he's cleaning up." Amara shook her head slowly. "No." A darker realization formed in her eyes. He's rebuilding. Adrian's new world. Far from Lagos, hidden behind layers of anonymity, Adrian sat in a private room filled with screens. Different countries, different accounts, different identities. Gone was the flashy billionaire. In his place, a ghost. "You said it would take time," a man said nervously. Adrian didn't look at him. "It will," he replied calmly. A pause. "But time is something I control." He stood slowly. "People think I lost everything." His lips curved slightly. "They're wrong." He turned toward the man. "I removed what was visible. A beat. What's left is untouchable." The first strike. Back in Lagos, Amara received another message. This time, no warning, no note, just a video call. She answered and froze. A man appeared on screen, tied, beaten, barely conscious. Amara's heart dropped. It was the accountant. "Hello, Amara." Adrian's voice, calm, controlled, from somewhere unseen. Her chest tightened. "Let him go," she said immediately. Adrian chuckled softly. "You're still trying to negotiate?" Amara's eyes hardened. "What do you want?" A pause. Then, "Balance," the word echoed. "You took something from me," Adrian continued. "Now I take something from you." The screen shifted slightly. The man groaned in pain. Amara's hands clenched. "This isn't your style," she said. "You don't do things like this." Adrian's voice dropped. "You changed my style." Silence. The new rules. Vanessa stood beside Amara now, listening. Adrian continued. "You thought exposing me would end me." A pause. "It only removed my limits." That line hit differently. "You don't have rules anymore," Amara said. "No," Adrian replied. "I have focus." The call cut. Fear returns. Vanessa exhaled slowly. "This is bad." Amara didn't respond. She was thinking. Fast. Strategic. "He wants me to react emotionally," she said. Vanessa frowned. "Well, it's working." Amara shook her head. "No," her eyes sharpened. "It won't." The plan begins that night. Amara made a decision, one that would change everything again. "We stop reacting," she said. Vanessa looked at her. "So what do we do?" Amara stepped closer to the board. "We find his new foundation." A pause. "Every empire needs one." Vanessa nodded slowly. "And when we find it?" Amara's expression turned cold. "We destroy it before it grows." The hidden connection. Days passed. Then, a breakthrough. Vanessa rushed into the room. "I found something." Amara stood immediately. "What?" Vanessa placed a file on the table. "A shipping company." Amara frowned. "That's random." Vanessa shook her head. "No, it's clean." A pause. "Too clean." Amara's eyes lit up slightly. That was the clue. "Adrian doesn't do clean," she said. "Exactly." They looked at each other. The infiltration. Night fell. The docks were quiet. Too quiet. Amara and Vanessa stood in the shadows, watching, waiting. "Are you sure about this?" Vanessa whispered. Amara nodded. "This is where it starts." A truck pulled in. Men moved quickly. Boxes unloaded. Careful. Precise. Suspicious. Amara stepped forward slightly. Then, a voice behind them. "You always were curious." They froze. Slowly turned. Adrian standing there, calm, untouched, like nothing had ever happened. The face-off. Time stopped. Vanessa stepped back slightly, but Amara didn't move. She held his gaze. "You're getting predictable," Adrian said. Amara tilted her head. "And you're getting desperate." A small smile touched his lips. "Am I?" He stepped closer. "You came to me. That's not power." Amara's voice stayed steady. "No." She leaned in slightly, but knowing where to find you is. Silence. The tension between them was different now. Dangerous. The truth revealed. Adrian gestured around. This is the future, he said. Smaller, hidden, untraceable. Vanessa scoffed. Illegal. Adrian shrugged. Effective. Amara studied him. You're not rebuilding your old empire. No, he said. I'm building something better. A pause. Something no one can destroy the same way. The shocking turn. Suddenly, gunshots, everyone froze. Chaos exploded at the docks. Men running, shouting, lights flashing. Vanessa turned sharply. What is happening? Adrian's expression didn't change. Then, police sirens. Loud, close. Amara's eyes widened. You set this up, she said. Adrian looked at her. Of course. A pause. You wanted to find me. His voice dropped. So I let you. Her heart skipped. This was a trap. Adrian stepped closer. Yes. A long pause. For both of you. The escape. Vanessa grabbed Amara's arm. We need to go. But Adrian didn't stop them. He just watched. Calm, certain. Run, he said softly. They always run. That line followed them as they escaped into the night. The final shift. Back at their safe place, both women were breathing hard, silent, processing. Vanessa spoke first. He's ahead of us. Amara nodded slowly. Yes. A pause. But now I understand something. Vanessa looked at her. What? Amara's eyes darkened. He's not just fighting back. A beat. He's playing a longer game. Silence. Then Amara smiled slightly. Dangerous. Good. Vanessa frowned. Good? Amara turned toward the window again. Yes. Her voice dropped. Because now, a long pause. I will too. After the trap. The safe house felt smaller now, like the walls were closing in. Vanessa paced the room, half restless. He set us up, she snapped. He knew we'd come. Amara sat quietly. Too quietly. Her mind wasn't on the docks anymore. It was ahead. Always ahead. That wasn't just a trap, she said finally. Vanessa stopped pacing. What do you mean? Amara looked up slowly. It was a message. Silence. What kind of message? Amara's voice dropped. He wanted us to see how far he's gone. A pause. And how far he's willing to go. The weakness. For the first time, Vanessa hesitated. Something in her expression changed. Amara noticed. What is it? She asked. Vanessa looked away. It's nothing. Amara stood. No. Not anymore. Her tone was firm now. We don't survive this by hiding things. Silence stretched. Heavy. Then Vanessa exhaled slowly. There's something you don't know about Adrian. Amara's eyes narrowed. Vanessa's voice, I'm listening. He wasn't always like this. Amara frowned slightly. You said that before. Yes. But I didn't tell you everything. A pause. Vanessa turned to face her fully. There was someone else. The name that changed everything. Amara felt it instantly. This mattered. Who? Vanessa hesitated, then said it. His sister. Silence. Amara blinked. He has a sister? Vanessa nodded. Had. That word hit differently. What happened to her? Amara asked quietly. Vanessa's eyes darkened. She died. The room felt colder instantly. How? A long pause. Then, because of him. The truth about Adrian. Amara didn't speak, didn't interrupt. Vanessa continued. Years ago, before all the money, before all the power. Her voice trembled slightly. He made a deal. Amara's chest tightened. What kind of deal? Vanessa swallowed. The kind that put money over people. A pause, and his sister paid the price. Silence. Heavy. Painful. That's when he changed, Vanessa said. He stopped caring. He stopped feeling. A tear slipped down her cheek. Baroff, and I thought I could fix him. The realization, Amara's mind was racing. This wasn't just information. This was a weakness. A real one. He still cares, Amara said quietly. Vanessa shook her head. No, he doesn't. Amara stepped closer. Yes, he does. Vanessa looked at her, confused. If he didn't care, Amara continued, he wouldn't still be running from it. A pause. He would have forgotten. Silence. Vanessa slowly realized what Amara meant. You think that's his weakness? Amara nodded. It's not just his past. Her eyes hardened. It's his guilt. The next plan. The air shifted again. Strategy. Focus. Danger. We find everything about her, Amara said. Vanessa frowned. That's not easy. Amara's lips curved slightly. It doesn't have to be easy. A pause. It just has to work. Adrian strikes first. But Adrian wasn't waiting. He never did. That same night, another message came, but this time, it wasn't a warning. It was a video. Amara pressed play, and her heart stopped. Vanessa was on the screen, tied, struggling, bleeding. Amara turned sharply. Vanessa was right beside her, alive, breathing. They both froze. What is this? Vanessa whispered. The video continued. A voice spoke, Adrian's voice. You're learning, he said calmly. But you're still too slow. The camera zoomed in. The woman tied up looked exactly like Vanessa. Same face, same voice, same everything. Amara's stomach dropped. That's not possible. But Vanessa stepped back slowly, terrified. It's her. The shocking truth. Vanessa's voice broke. My sister. Silence exploded in the room. Amara's eyes widened. You have a sister? Vanessa nodded slowly. I thought she was gone. A tear fell. I thought she was dead. The video continued. Adrian's voice again. You see, Amara, everyone has something to lose. A pause. And now, so do you. The breaking point. Vanessa collapsed into a chair, shaking. He found her. Her voice cracked. How did he find her? Amara clenched her fists. Her mind was already moving. Fast. Dangerous. He didn't find her, Amara said. Vanessa looked up, confused. What? Amara's eyes darkened. He's been watching us longer than we thought. Silence. That realization hit harder than anything else. The price becomes real. Vanessa grabbed Amara's arm. Please, she said desperately. We have to save her. Amara didn't hesitate. We will. But her voice was different now. Colder. More focused. More like Adrian. But we do it my way. The final shift in Amara that night, Amara stood alone again, looking out at Lagos, rain falling, just like before. But this time, there were no tears, no fear, just clarity. They think this is revenge, she whispered. A pause. It's not. Her reflection stared back. Unrecognizable now. This is war. The final line, Vanessa walked in slowly. What do we do now? Amara turned, her expression calm, deadly, certain. We stop playing defense. Just a long pause. And we take something from him. He can't survive losing. Vanessa swallowed. What is that? Amara's eyes locked onto hers. And for the first time, there was no hesitation. No mercy. The rain didn't stop. It poured over Lagos like the city itself was mourning something that hadn't happened yet. Or maybe something that was about to. The plan that changes everything. The safe house was no longer safe. Not after the video. Not after the message. Not after Adrian made it clear. He was always watching. Amara stood over the table, maps spread out, eyes sharp, mind focused. Vanessa sat across from her, shaken but trying to stay strong. That warehouse, Amara said, pointing. That's where he's keeping her. Vanessa's hands trembled slightly. You're sure? Amara nodded. He wants us to come. A pause. So we will. Vanessa looked up quickly. That's exactly what he wants. Amara's lips curved slightly. Yes. Silence. Then we give him what he wants. No more fear. Vanessa stood. This is dangerous. Amara met her gaze. So is doing nothing. A pause. They've already crossed the line. Her voice dropped. So now we erase it. Something in her tone changed. Vanessa noticed. You're not the same anymore, she said quietly. Amara didn't deny it. No. A beat. I can't be. Adrian prepares. In the shadows of the warehouse, Adrian stood still, waiting, always waiting. A man approached him. They'll come, the man said. Adrian nodded. I know. A pause. And when they do? Adrian's eyes darkened. This ends. The journey into danger. Night fell heavier than usual. The city lights flickered through the rain and fried a gap. Amara and Vanessa moved silently. No backup, no second chances. Just them. Vanessa whispered, if this goes wrong, Amara cut her off. It won't. But deep inside, even she knew, that wasn't a promise. The warehouse. The building stood alone, quiet, too quiet. Amara stopped. This is it. Vanessa's breathing quickened. They stepped inside. Darkness swallowed them. Then a voice, slow, calm, familiar. I was wondering how long it would take. Adrian stepped out of the shadows, busy declared fried. The final face-off begins. Everything froze. No running now. No hiding. Just truth. Vanessa stepped forward. Where is she? Adrian didn't answer immediately. He studied them, both of them. You've changed, he said to Amara. A pause. You're not afraid anymore. Amara held his gaze. You taught me that fear is useless. A small smile touched his lips. Good, a beat. Then you're ready. The reveal. Lights flickered on. And there, tied to a chair, Vanessa's sister. Weak. Barely conscious. Vanessa ran forward, but gunshots. She froze. A bullet hit the ground near her feet. Careful, Adrian said. Every step has consequences. Vanessa's eyes filled with tears. Please, don't do this. Adrian tilted his head slightly. You think this is about her? Silence, about balance. The trap springs. Suddenly, men surrounded them, armed, silent, prepared. Vanessa stepped back. We walked into this. Amara didn't move. Her eyes were locked on Adrian. No, she said quietly. A pause. We finished it. The unexpected move. Adrian frowned slightly. What are you talking about? And then it happened. Sirens. Loud. Close everywhere. Police. Forces surrounding the warehouse. Adrian's expression changed. Just slightly. You. He said. Amara stepped forward, calm, controlled. I learned from the best, she said, a pause. You don't walk into war without an exit plan. The true reversal. Chaos erupted. Men shouting, running, lights flashing. Vanessa broke free and rushed to her sister, untying her, crying, relief flooding her face. Adrian turned back to Amara. You think this ends it? Amara stepped closer. This ends your control. A pause. You don't get to hurt people anymore. The moment that changes everything. Then a gunshot. Loud, sharp, everything stopped. Vanessa screamed. Amara turned and froze. Vanessa's sister fell, blood spreading, silence, heavy, broken. Vanessa dropped to her knees. No, 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 no. Her voice shattered. Amara's heart pounded violently. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't the plan. Adrian looked at the scene. Even he paused. The cost of war, Vanessa cried uncontrollably, holding her sister, shaking, broken. Amara stood still, but something inside her snapped. This wasn't revenge anymore. This wasn't strategy. This was loss. Real loss. Adrian's final words. Police rushed in. Chaos swallowed everything. Adrian didn't run. He stood there, looking at Amara. You see now, he said quietly, war doesn't have winners. Amara's eyes filled, not with tears, but something colder. You're wrong, she said. A pause. It just hasn't ended yet. The fall. Adrian was taken, in handcuffs. But even then, he didn't look defeated. He looked certain, like the story wasn't over. The aftermath. Days later, the city moved on, but Amara didn't. Vanessa didn't. Loss stayed. Heavy. Permanent. Vanessa sat in silence. Broken. I wanted revenge, she whispered. A tear fell. But not like this. Amara sat beside her. Quiet. Then said, neither did I. The final transformation that night, Amara stood alone again, looking at Lagos, but this time she understood everything. Power, loss, pain, and truth. You were right, she whispered. War has no rules. A pause and no mercy. The final line, her reflection stared back, stronger, colder, unstoppable. This isn't over, she said softly. It's just changed. The city had moved on, but the people inside the story hadn't. Lagos was loud again, markets, traffic, life, but behind the noise, one name still echoed quietly in powerful circles. Adrian Cole. Not as a king anymore, but not as a forgotten man either. The trial begins. The courtroom was packed. Media, politicians, business elites. Everyone wanted to see the fall of a man who once controlled everything. Amara sat in the front row, still, composed, unrecognizable from the girl under the bridge. Vanessa sat beside her. But she wasn't the same. Her eyes had lost something that wasn't coming back. Grief had changed her. Silence filled the room as Adrian was brought in, handcuffed, escorted, but still walking like a man who owned the ground beneath him. Amara watched him closely. He hadn't broken, not even a little. The first shock. The prosecutor stood, confident, ready. We present evidence of financial crimes, illegal dealings, and objection. The room froze. A new voice, a new presence. A lawyer stepped forward, unknown, calm, dangerous. Before this trial proceeds, the lawyer said, there is evidence the court must see. Amara's eyes narrowed. Something wasn't right. The lawyer placed a file on the table. Evidence, he continued, that proves Mr. Adrian Cole did not act alone. Whispers exploded across the courtroom. Vanessa frowned. What is this? Amara didn't respond. Her instincts were screaming, the betrayal. The screen lit up. Files, transactions, names, familiar names. Amara's breath caught. No, 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 it couldn't be. Vanessa leaned forward, confused, then frozen. Her face drained of color. Wait, her voice broke. My name? Silence crashed into the room. Vanessa's name appeared clearly, linked, connected, involved. No, she whispered, that's not possible. The lawyer's voice cut through the tension. These documents show that Vanessa was not just connected to Adrian Cole. A pause. She was part of the operation. The world shifts. Amara slowly turned to Vanessa, her heart pounding. Tell me this isn't true. Vanessa shook her head violently. It's not. I didn't. Her voice cracked. I didn't know. The courtroom erupted. Accusations, shock, confusion. Adrian sat quietly, watching, waiting. Then he smiled. The truth unfolds. Vanessa stood up suddenly. This is a lie, she shouted. I never agreed to anything like this. The lawyer remained calm. You may not have agreed, a pause, but your accounts were used. Vanessa staggered back slightly. No. Her mind was racing now, broken pieces forming something terrifying. He used me. Amara's voice dropped. When? Vanessa looked at her, eyes filled with realization. When I was with him. Silence. Heavy. Painful. I trusted him, Vanessa whispered, and her voice broke completely. He built everything through me. Adrian speaks. Finally, Adrian stood. The room quieted instantly. You wanted the truth, he said calmly. Now you have it. His eyes moved slowly and stopped on Amara. You think I built my empire alone? A pause. No one does. He turned slightly toward Vanessa. You were useful. The words cut deep. Vanessa flinched like she'd been slapped. I loved you, she whispered. Adrian didn't react. That was your mistake. The second betrayal. Amara stepped forward, anger rising. You set her up. Adrian looked at her. No, he said calmly. I prepared for failure. A pause, and she was part of that preparation. Vanessa collapsed into her seat. Broken. Completely broken. Amara's internal war. Amara stood frozen. This wasn't part of the plan. This wasn't supposed to happen. Vanessa wasn't supposed to fall too. Her mind raced. Fast. Dangerous. Because now, this wasn't just about Adrian anymore. This was about truth, justice, and choice. The private meeting. Later that day, Amara stood in a quiet room. Adrian was brought in. No cameras, no crowd, just them. You wanted to see me, he said calmly. Amara stared at him. Why? A pause. Why do all this? Adrian tilted his head slightly. Because I knew this day would come. Silence. And I don't lose without taking something with me. Amara's fists clenched. You destroyed her. Adrian stepped closer. No, he said quietly. I revealed her. The final offer then, he said something unexpected. You're different, he said. Amara frowned. You're not like Vanessa. A pause. You understand the game. Her heart skipped. What are you saying? Adrian's voice dropped. Walk away. Silence. Leave this. Leave the case. A beat. And I'll make sure you never struggle again. Amara stared at him. Disbelief, anger, temptation. You're still trying to control everything, she said. Adrian didn't deny it. It's what I do. The decision begins that night. Amara stood alone again, looking at Lagos, but this time she was torn. Power, justice, survival, revenge, everything collided inside her. Vanessa sat in the next room. The photo wouldn't leave her mind. Adrian, walking free, smiling, like nothing had happened, like the war was never real. Amara stood frozen, her phone still in her hand, her heart beating slowly but heavily. This isn't possible, she whispered, but deep down, she knew. With Adrian, anything was possible. The final truth begins. Vanessa walked in quietly. Her eyes still carried pain, loss, betrayal. What is it? She asked. Amara turned the phone toward her. Vanessa's breath caught. No. He was taken. Amara shook her head slowly. That trial. A pause. It was never real. Silence filled the room. Heavy, crushing. Vanessa stepped back. You mean all of it? Amara nodded. Yes. A realization began to form. Slow, terrifying. This was his plan from the beginning. The master behind the game. Amara paced slowly, thinking, breaking it down. He let himself fall. Vanessa frowned. Why would anyone do that? Amara stopped, turned, because it gave him something more powerful than control. A pause. Freedom. Silence. He erased his old identity, Amara continued, burned his empire. And now, her voice dropped. He's untouchable. The final message. Another message came. This time a location, and just one line, come alone. Vanessa grabbed Amara's arm. No, this is a trap. Amara didn't argue. I know. A pause. But this ends tonight. Vanessa's voice broke slightly. You don't have to do this alone. Amara looked at her. Softly. You've already lost too much. A long silence. Then, I won't lose you too. The last walk. The location was familiar. Too familiar. OUT.I'D Bridge, where everything began. The rain had returned again, like the city remembered. Amara walked slowly. Alone. No fear. No hesitation. Just purpose. The final face-off. He was there. Waiting, Adrian, standing under the same bridge where he first found her, full circle. You came, he said calmly. Amara stopped a few steps away. You knew I would. A small smile touched his lips. You've learned well. The final conversation, silence stretched between them, heavy, meaningful. Then Amara spoke. You planned all of this. Adrian nodded slightly. Yes. A pause. I had to lose everything to become something else. Amara's eyes hardened. You destroyed lives. Adrian tilted his head. So did you. That hit, but she didn't react. This ends now, she said. Adrian stepped closer. No. A pause. Now it begins. The offer. He looked at her differently now. Not like before, not like something he owned, but something he respected. Come with me, he said. Silence. Amara frowned. What? Adrian's voice was calm. You're the only one who understands this world. A pause. You survived it. Another step closer. You beat me. A beat. Now imagine what we could do together. The final decision. The rain fell harder. Everything slowed. This was the moment. Power or peace. Control or freedom. Revenge or release. Amara looked at him. Then she smiled. Soft but firm. I already chose, she said. Adrian watched her carefully. And what did you choose? A long pause. Then, I choose me. The end of Adrian Cole. Sirens. Loud. Closing in. Adrian didn't move, didn't run. He just looked at her, and for the first time, there was something different in his eyes. Not anger, not control. Something close to acceptance. You were never meant to stay small, he said quietly. Amara didn't respond. Police surrounded the area, lights flashing, voices shouting. Adrian raised his hand slowly. No fight, no resistance. As they took him away, he kept his eyes on her until he disappeared. The aftermath. Weeks passed, then months. Lagos moved on, but this time, so did Amara. No mansion, no contracts, no chains, just choice. Vanessa slowly healed, not completely, but enough to live again. And Amara, she didn't become a queen, she didn't chase power. She built something different, something real. Helping girls like the one she used to be, giving them what she never had, a chance. The final scene, one evening, Amara stood under OUT.I'D Bridge again, but this time she wasn't broken, she wasn't invisible, she wasn't alone. She looked around slowly, then whispered, I made it. The final line. And somewhere, far away, a voice echoed in memory. Power isn't about what you have. A pause. It's about what you choose. Amara smiled softly, because now she understood. Now tell us, what did you learn from this story? Was it about resilience, courage, or revenge? Or something deeper, about power and choice? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like if this story moved you, share with friends who love powerful emotional stories. Comment your favorite moment, subscribe for more gripping stories like this. Sit back, reflect, and stay tuned for more unforgettable stories.